For over 30 years, these little lizards have been sunning themselves on this rock. Probably not the same ones, of course, but they seem to be quite tolerant of me and the dogs. In fact, I think they are as interested in us as I am in them. For a lizard, usually associated with trees and timber, the ones on our place seem happy enough with the rocks as a habitat. While I have often seen holes dug in a bare spot in front of the gate, I have never been entirely sure who was responsible for them. Until recently, that is, when I spotted this gravid female busily excavating a hole. So intent on the process was she, that she did not scuttle away and kept on with the job. It involved frantically digging for a few seconds, backing out of the hole to either catch her breath or check for any predators that might be about before diving in for another go. The first morning she dug for probably 2 to 3 hours with me watching before apparently giving up and going back to her home under the rock. On the way, she was met by who I assume is her mate, who gave her what might be called a lizard cuddle. Mid-morning the next day, she was at it again in a new spot. This was a much more successful site, I think because she didn't hit any rocks this time. We weren't the only ones watching. The one that met her yesterday baked on the rocks, seemingly unimpressed, keeping an eye on things. I called him Grumpy, as well as a little flutterby who dropped in for a short visit. This went on for a few more hours, by which time I needed something to eat and drink. And by the time I arrived back, she had unfortunately laid her eggs and had just about finished filling in the hole. This was an interesting process to watch, as she raked loose material back with her front legs, then tamped the fill by sort of bouncing up and down on her front legs and compacting the loose soil with her lower jaw. The finished job is undetectable, but I know where it is, and I'll keep an eye out for the emerging hatchlings at a later date.